Hey, gang, this is Andy with the Facebook Live TV show. This may be my very first show on Facebook Live TV show.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad to be your first one, and we'll keep it that way. We'll keep it clean.
Well, myself and Andy are here at the Publish and Profit. This is the third event. I don't know if it's annual because I think it's been every 6 months.
Yeah.
And they went big this time. They went with 100 people attending that they were going to attempt to make bestsellers.
Yes.
Not necessarily number one bestsellers, but the result is pretty strong, right?
Oh, the results was amazing. But I do want to clear up a controversy, though, that's been going on at this event. Everyone's been asking about who is the most handsome Andy, and I just want to say I'm taking that title.
Okay.
But what did somebody say that you were the what? Best looking Andy? Best looking. So we got the.
So anyway, this is about the event here. This is about creating best-selling authors in 3 days.
Yes.
Now this is day 2.
Yes, day 2.
And I would say we probably have about 80%.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know for sure those are the numbers. But when they raised hands, almost everybody in the room raised their hand.
Absolutely, it was phenomenal, really, to see their surprise and their celebration on it.
Yep.
And it was like someone were going, is this really going to happen? It's really going to happen? We just said, believe. It's faith. It's going to happen. And it happened. It was just amazing.
I really can't believe they pulled it off. I mean, even being one of the coaches, because that's where we got one of these little things there. We were. I shouldn't have mine on either. But we were asked to help people, get through the category issue, the title, the subtitle, the design of their cover, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was a little nervous because now I felt like we had a little bit of pressure on us if it didn't happen.
Yeah. So I also felt like a therapist during the process, too, because we were saying, trust the process. Trust the process. And what were the big word we were saying? The P word all day long. And that was patience, right? And it was like we kept telling patience, but it ended up working really well. I'm just so excited for them.
Right. And if you're watching this and you ever had the desire or dream to publish your own book, become a best-selling author, the dream can be done. You can live the dream.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're watching too, the Andys, that we're both number one best-selling authors. I mean, and that this is what we do for our living. This is what we do. I'm a 5-time number one best-selling author. I don't know how many you got. You probably got 25 or something. 5 and 5?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So, but we've also helped other people, which is really cool, achieve that lifetime dream. But it's not only that, but it helps them with credibility, platform, expert status. It's exciting.
Yep. And there's people that were here that didn't almost even know how to turn on a computer.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Total. Oh, no. There was a lot of people that just bought a computer for this event. One of them goes, I got an iPad. I have no idea how to use it. I'm taking the film off of it for the first time, and he doesn't even know how to use it. And we're walking him through that process. Yeah.
And so if you have any desire, any dream, contact one of us either at Facebook Live TV show or on Andy Broadway. How can they find you?
Well, my publishing company is abundantpress.com, or they can find me on Facebook under Andy Broadway.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can you grab Jason over there and tell him to come over? Because never mind that he's in a conversation. Just grab him.
And then Jason's the one with no hair.
He has no hair. Yeah.
No hair.
All right. Yeah, this has been very, very, it's just an incredible format that they put together here. Mike Koenigs and Ed Rush put together this program. Again, this is the third one. And, again, I'm a little shocked that they pulled this off. And we have Jason P. Jordan.
Don't forget the P.
I did. How can you forget the P? He is actually from Germany. And you came from Germany to be here,
right.
And you are another author creator, right? And you help people launch their book, create their book. And I just was talking to Andy Broadway about. Did you think that we were going to be able to pull this off these 3 days?
Yes, 100% knew we were, but I knew it was going to be a lot of work. Okay, and there was a possibility that things could go wrong. Okay, but I've done enough launches that I know what has gone wrong, and so I have plan B's set up and plan C, right? And so I knew with the resources and a call that we did earlier last week, and we addressed a lot of our concerns, and so I knew that it was going to happen. I had faith, right? Not hope, but faith, right?
Yeah. So we talked a lot with Andy a lot about the launching the books and that we helped people with their cover, that there were people here that really didn't even know how to use a computer that were able to launch their book. But what do you think for you was one of the big takeaways besides all that? Was there something that kind of stands out to you about what either happened or maybe something that Ed said or Mike said?
I think the biggest thing that people should think about when coming to an event like this is to really think about what can I take away from this entire experience. And I think the biggest thing is the paradigm of, oh my gosh, I just did something that most people want to do but never felt they could ever do it. And I just did it in 2 days, right? And then now I can actually go and take this to build my platform and my business and change the world, right? And for me, that's what it did. And for all of my clients, that's what we do, man. We just work on that. So that's what I take away, you know? And that's what Mike and Ed talk about. It's not about reaching number one and becoming a bestseller. It's what it's going to do for you. It's not accomplishing that goal because that was done. We did that, right? Now it's what are you going to do with it, right? That's what it's all about, right?
And so the big thing was that people took action and actually followed through with all the steps that were done. What you have to do is now do that same thing for the what now part of this whole thing. So now you have a number one best-selling book, but now what do you do with that number one best-selling book? You can't just sit there and think that it's going to create business, right? There's more to be done that people have to follow through with.
Exactly, and if you're looking for ideas, you can pick up my book, Your Epic Book Launch, on Amazon. And I tell you, and Rory and I tell you in there with several other authors, right? Yep. And we say, this is what you do next, right? And there's all kinds of ways that you can do that, but I just thought I'd throw a shameless plug in there.
I would have asked you, how do people find out about you before you got out of here? That's my routine.
Yep.
So you just trust I would ask you. But if there's somebody is there anybody here that you think is an example of, and I don't want to put anybody down, but is there an example of somebody here that you can think of that, you know, if they can do it, then anybody watching can do it? What are some of the stories you had helping people out?
Okay, I'm not going to say names, okay, but there were times where I was working with somebody and we were working on a device I had never worked on before. And I'm an Apple guy, so if I'm working on non-Apple stuff, I get frustrated. And this was the worst piece of equipment I ever worked with. And we couldn't get a file to upload to Amazon. No, oh. It was a Surface from Microsoft. It was horrible. And so I literally had to pull out a thumb drive. I couldn't get the file to go into the cloud on Amazon. And I'm like going, on my Mac, this is like that, right? I had to pull out a thumb drive, which I haven't used in years. And I plugged it into the Surface. We downloaded it on there. Then I walked over to my Mac, plugged it in, and literally it was on Amazon because I used my Mac, you know? Right. And if that can happen, and the guy that I was working with he really had no idea what he was doing, you know, which a lot of people come here and they don't. And that's why working with a certified coach or a professional, it will help you get over those learning curves. Especially if you're trying to do this, you don't come to an event like this, you're doing it on your own. You need to work with somebody like Andy, myself, or these certified professionals because we can shorten that learning curve. Yeah. And that's what we did here, is that we shortened the learning curve for many of these people who probably on their own would have never done it because it's tough at some points. Yeah. And many of them wanted to quit, but we were like, no, keep the faith. Right. Keep the faith, right? And we would just walk them through that. Yep. And that's the difference. Yeah,
finding those categories was probably the toughest because we had a lot of people in the same genre of fitness and nutrition and marketing and business coaching and that kind of stuff. And when you have that many people in the room doing the same thing, that gets a little tough finding individual categories.
Yeah, that's a hard thing, but also then getting them to realize we can continually grow this. Yeah. So everything that we're doing here is not concrete. It's just we're going to get what we came here to do, right? And that's another thing was like not have people like clinging on to things and it's got to be this way. And it's an exciting experience. It really is.
And earlier I said 3-day event, but we have to make sure to remind everybody we did this in 2 days. We have one more day to go.
Yeah, we have one more day to go. And the thing is, last time in December, right, is that they had to wait till the third day, right? And something with Amazon is that it updated faster this time. Our categories got added quicker. Maybe whoever wrote the copy for asking for additional categories did a really good job because those actually got added way faster.
Who was that?
So that they got added way faster. You can tell. I'm trying.
So again, let's just find if somebody wants to get a hold of you to help them out, or Rory, how do they find out about you guys?
Okay, so what I want to do is I'm a person that believes that to be valuable, you have to give value first, right? And so what I want to do, if you're watching this right now, you're watching the replay, I want you to go over to my site, Jason P. Jordan, that's Jordan, just like the basketball player, .com. Go there, and you can get a copy of one of my books for free. Just simply you opt in, download it, you get it for free. And that's going to talk about how to publish a book and generate endless leads for your business using Amazon Kindle. Okay? So if you get there, you'll know how to connect me at that point.
Yep.
And if we're fit, great.
Awesome.
You know?
That's good.
So I just want to say thanks for watching this. Andy, thanks for having me on here.
You're welcome. I was looking for somebody that actually was able to get #1 bestseller status.
So, let me go.
Yeah, find somebody that wants to come over here and say how it felt and how it meant to get through there.
I'll do that. Keep talking.
Yeah, I am going to keep talking. And so, as Jason's out looking for somebody, we're gonna talk to them about finding that #1 bestseller. All right, Noel, come right over here. So here's Noel. We've known each other for a while, and you've had this idea for this book for a really long time, I know for sure, and you were part of this process. First of all, what were your thoughts about coming in? Did you have a pretty good idea that you were going to get #1 bestseller status?
Well, based on the history of Publish and Profit, I heard a lot of good thing about it. I did have a pretty good idea, and I had confidence because of Mike and Ed and you guys. Team up, helping everybody. I had no doubt.
Good. And how long have you had this idea for this book?
Since 2008. I finished my book in 2008, and everything done, written and everything, but
So it's been about 8 years.
roughly, yes.
Yep. So for 8 years, you've had this idea for this book, and we were able to put it up and publish it, get #1 best-selling status in how long?
In less than 24 hours.
That's pretty amazing, right? And you're saying, why didn't I do this before?
Exactly.
Yeah, me too. I had a couple ideas for a book, and it took me like years for my very first book, and then I got my first #1 bestseller, and then I got the next one, and I got really fast and got 5 #1 best-selling books right now. And so what are your plans? First of all, what's the title of your book?
The Black Book of Being Sensational.
You can find that on Amazon right now.
Yep.
So it's in the pre-sale version right now, and they can purchase it for only 99 cents, and that will continue to help you with your staying at #1 for a very long period of time. What is the purpose of the book, or what should people look for when they actually can read the book?
Well, the purpose is really I'm trying to reach a global audience, and through this book, I think it's a very good tool and avenue in helping me reaching that goal, because I'm only one person. I stopped taking personal clients and one-on-one clients back 4 years ago. So the only avenue I can do it, I guess, right now to reach the global audience much faster is really through the book. Spread the message and really help those people who, unless otherwise, wouldn't have ways of reaching my service and getting this benefited from what I can do for them through the book.
Do you have a website set up yet where people can find you on online?
ImageCouture.com, but we need to really tweak it and really make it updated, because we have not done much of on the website. So
we got to update it to #1 bestseller, Noel the Legend. Woo. All right. So I want to first say congratulations. I know this has been a long time coming, and there's just you gotta follow through and take those next steps and do the what's next part, and that's start creating your product, your package, your speech that you're going to go along with that. All that's next.
Yeah. Next, I want to see myself doing more, really. Public speaking and more the speaking engagement with partners and organization that can really reach the audience that I'm targeting.
And The book's a great way of doing that. So just back to you guys there at the audience. If you're watching our Facebook Live TV show, this is one of those things that's a result of my books that I've written, the things I've been able to achieve through my book, being on television and that kind of stuff, and now creating my own basic television show here on Facebook that you just take and you just start running with it, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, just like a gigantic snowball. And so I'm going to wish Noel the best of luck on his projects. We are going to sign off for now, but we're going to have some more broadcasts as we are here for at least one more day. And tonight we may have a couple events. I'm not sure what's going on. So stay tuned for more stuff. Make sure and share our Facebook page with your friends that will be interested in finding out how you can market yourself, building your platform, creating interest in what it is you're doing, and we're going to share all that stuff with you. And of course, we have our online programs that teach you how to do all this stuff. All right, so stay tuned for that. Share this link, like the link. You'll be notified when we're live on Facebook. All right, we'll see you at the next one. Nice job.